history lesson in Milwaukee.
A unique and fascinating story behind the Calvary Cemetery.
The tallest natural hill in Milwaukee overlooks Miller Valley to downtown. Resting in and around that hill are some of the city's earliest founders and leaders of faith.
The cemetery was founded in 1855, 55 acres, and it was purchased by Archbishop Henny.
On top of the hill, a chapel. It stood watch over the city for over a century. That chapel is still here today due to the hard work of the Friends of Calvary Cemetery, a group of volunteers that have worked for more than 20 years at preserving its history.
It was finished in 1899 by Brielmeier and Sons. He was a German immigrant, landed in Cincinnati, learned his trade, and came up here in 1874.
The name Erhard Brielmeier may sound familiar to those who are fans of St. Josaphat Basilica on the south side of Milwaukee. The busy Brielmeier built the beauty at the same time as the chapel at Calvary. Underneath the chapel is a crypt that was intended only for members of the clergy. 45 vaults were built and 44 remain open today.
Only one person was ever buried here, and that's Father Tereshewitz. The remaining 44 vaults have never been used.
The rest were left empty because of a lack of ventilation. However, the hill the chapel sits on is a resting place for area Jesuits and nuns, with some grave sites dating back to the mid-1800s.
The hill originally had a cross on the top, okay? And it was actually was meant for clergy. And around the hill you'll find clergy buried. And some go back as far as 1846.
690 veterans are buried in the far south end, including many soldiers who fought in the Civil War. But you might find one stone that's a little bit different than the others. A.J. Sheffey, who fought with the 1st Missouri, is buried underneath a light-colored stone that almost matches everyone else's, except for one small detail.
The reason why they put peaked tops was because they didn't want to have any Union soldiers sitting on their tombstones.
While there are dozens of influential figures buried here, there wouldn't be a Milwaukee without one very important man.
Well, most prominent is our city founder, first Mayor Solomon Juneau.
But this wasn't his first or even second resting place. It was his third. Originally buried in Theresa, Wisconsin, he was moved to Milwaukee's first cemetery, finally coming to Calvary near the beginning of the 20th century.
May he rest in peace.
Very interesting.
There's so much history in our area. It's beautiful.
And especially in cemeteries. It's always fascinating.
Yeah.